In this episode, we talk about Zillow, what they really are, the words straight out of the CEO's mouth, and searching for homes online. This is episode 24 of the Inside Real Estate Show, and I am your host, Darin Persinger of Persinger Group Real Estate. If you want to head over to persingergroup.com right now, you can search for homes. Only if you're in the area. I mean, we're not a nationwide website, but we are going to be talking about a nationwide website today, Zillow, and what they're really about, straight out of their CEO's mouth, Spencer Rascoff's mouth, what he says they are, and really why you don't want to be using them for your real estate home search. You don't, if you're serious about buying a home, we're going to talk about why you don't want to use them for your real estate search. But before that, let's do some housekeeping.
Housekeeping?
All right, a couple fun things over at persingergroup.com/blog. A little cafe over there called Let's Play Cafe. If you're like me and you grew up in the 80s, I was born in late 70s, 78 to be exact. I grew up playing Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. That was the funnest, right? Playing those types of video games. Not the video games now where you get to kick back at home. Go out, put a quarter in the machine, play a real arcade game. Let's Play Cafe has a bunch of old school games like that over in Monroe, Washington. We wrote a little article about that. So head over to persingergroup.com/blog where you'll find an article that we wrote about taking it back to the 80s, playing some arcade games at Let's Play Cafe. The second thing on my housekeeping list today is we're still crushing it on iTunes, on the podcast. New and noteworthy, top ratings, loving that. So thank you for that. If you have not given us a rating, you can leave us a review or just hit 5 stars. I'd appreciate that. Or if you're not listening to us on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate that. Plus, all these shows, when they're done, they come right to you so you don't have to wait. When I release them later in the week, you'll get them in real time. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. So now let's get into our main topic where we talk a little bit about Zillow. Let's do this. So many people are searching for homes online. You see and you end up using Zillow because Google loves Zillow for whatever reason. You see great television commercials from Zillow. Not gonna knock them for that. They actually do amazing television commercials. That's one thing, definitely one thing we could get better at as a real estate industry. The brokerages, NAR, which is the National Association of Realtors, our commercials suck. Zillow is pretty good at storytelling, but that's because they're a media company. They're not a home search site. They're not a place to go and find your dream home, find a home that you want to buy. That's not what they are. You don't believe me? You don't believe that Zillow is a media company and not a home search site? You're like, but Darin, there's so many homes there. I get to find homes. There's homes all over the place. I can search for homes in Boston and Miami and LA and Vegas and Seattle, all over the place. They got tons of homes. They don't have a ton of homes. They do have a ton of homes, but they don't have all the homes for sale. They have the wrong homes for sale. Their data is not if you're a serious home buyer, it's not what you're looking for, okay? We're gonna get into some of the data and facts in a little bit, but first I wanna play for you a video clip of Spencer Rascoff, who is the CEO of Zillow, on CNBC talking about what Zillow really is. Take a listen to this.
Okay, but you are the real estate market.
Well, sort of. We're a real estate media company.
Okay, first, You are the real estate market. Know whoever you are in C, B, and C. That's a ludicrous statement. That's like saying E-Trade or Vanguard is the stock market. They're not the stock market. They only show the stock market. They're reporting on the stock market. They're giving the feed of the stock market. You are the real estate market. You, the buyers and sellers. Okay, so let's go back. Listen to that one more time. Zillow is not the real estate market. Then listen to Spencer's comment on this.
Okay, but you are the real estate market.
Well, sort of. We're a real estate media company, so.
We're a real estate media company.
Sort of. We're a real estate media company, so we have this huge audience. We have 150 million people that use our websites every month, and then we sell advertising. So we're not really directly tied to housing.
We sell advertising. They're a media company. They sell advertising. They don't sell homes. They don't help you buy a home. They don't help you sell a home. They're a media company that sells advertising. He's going to get into it a little bit more, exactly like giving scenarios of what they're like. But they're no different than if you watch HGTV on television, you're being entertained. It's escapism. Zillow is a place for you to go to escape if you want. But if you want to buy a home, that's not the place to be. Just like if you want to be on watch HGTV, you're not really going to get educated on the home buying process. That's not the same as watching a show like this or going to a home buyer seminar. I take that back. I hope I'm entertaining you a little bit. I want to inform you. I want to give you some insights behind the information. But I do want you to be entertained. Otherwise, I know you're going to go elsewhere. But Zillow is a media company that sells advertising. That's what they do.
So we're not really directly tied to housing in the same way that, CNBC is a media company. You're not directly tied to the economy. People view CNBC and then.
Zillow is not directly tied to real estate the same way CNBC is not directly tied to the economy. You hear that? Let's go back and listen to this one more time.
And then we sell advertising. So we're not really directly tied to housing in the same way that, CNBC is a media company. You're not directly tied to the economy. People view CNBC and then we have ads here, of course. So the reason that Zillow Group has performed well and the reason that there's been insider buying, including by myself, is that eventually advertisers follow audience. So we have between 50 and 75% of home shoppers looking for real estate information are using our sites, and we only have 5% of real estate-related advertising.
Michelle, what's that term when people go into a store?
Listen to this right now, because this is what people are really doing on Zillow, okay? And what a media company needs. They need eyeballs. They need your time and your attention.
Or
they're just browsing.
Window shopping.
no, there's
Showrooming.
Showrooming.
Yes.
So if there's no inventory,
Yeah.
who's on your website?
Well, there are a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers.
It's just people that like to peruse like Tyler.
I do. I do it all the time.
So big fun conversation. Ha ha ha! I love looking at homes. I just want to see how they decorate this, how they do this, what's going on with them over here. I love it. I love it. I love it. They start using the word porn. Oh, it's real estate porn. It's real estate porn. Hey, that's nice, I guess. Fun use of the term. We're being nice and relaxed conversation here. Media company, real estate porn site, I guess, is what they are. But they're not a place to go and buy a home, to find the home that you're going to buy. Let's keep listening here.
I love it.
There's
I'm
no
on Street
question.
Easy every day.
Yes, and we own that too.
Real estate porn. I mean,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
People are just looking at it, but they don't really intend to do anything about it.
There's no question that Street Easy here in New York, which Zillow Group owns, or Zillow.
You own Street
we own
Easy.
Street
Oh,
Easy.
excellent.
Yes. That there's a little voyeurism. No.
Voyeurism and real estate porn, great way to, I guess, identify what your website does. Zillow CEO Spencer Rascoff says, our site is based upon voyeurism and real estate porn.
No doubt, right?
Oh, yeah.
Real estate porn and whatnot. But serious home buyers and sellers are clearly using our websites every day. And the way we make money is by connecting them with great real estate.
Okay, it cut off there. I didn't cut it off. That was on the CNBC website. You remember a couple episodes ago, maybe it was just the last episode, I did a video podcast on great article from CNBC. So this isn't beating CNBC up. This isn't beating Zillow up, even, honestly. For full disclosure, my wife, Catherine, and I, Persinger Group, we buy advertising on Zillow because they are a media site, just like we used to buy advertising back in the day in the local newspaper. They got eyeballs, so we're going to buy advertising. So this isn't to beat Zillow up at all either. They got a good business model. And what Spencer was cut off from saying there, and I don't know why CNBC cut him off, but what he was saying was buyers and sellers come to our website, and then we sell advertising to real estate agents, so those real estate agents can get into conversation with those buyers and sellers. For some reason, he got cut off from saying that. I guess maybe they don't want that kind of PR. They don't want you to really know what Zillow is about. So I'm letting you know right now. Zillow is not a place to buy, to look for your home that you're going to buy. I'm going to give you some stats now just to back this up before we wrap up. This was done, a little case study done by a consulting company called WAV Consulting. And here's their report. And we're only talking about Seattle. They did this all over North America, but I only have the data for Seattle, which actually Seattle area covers us up to Bellingham, down to close to Vancouver, Washington area. So if you're local watching that, that's how our MLS is bigger than normal. MLS being the multiple listing service. But in our area, Zillow only shows 72% of the homes for sale. So could you imagine going to E-Trade or Vanguard and looking for a stock to buy, and they only have 72% of the stocks available? That's ridiculous. How much would you really trust that website to buy? Maybe a nice place to get informed with what they have and to be entertained if they have other great how-to articles or they're talking about what kind of stock celebrities are buying, because that's the kind of stuff Zillow does. Here's this celebrity sold their house for this. This celebrity bought the home for this. You don't hear about celebrities and the stocks they buy very often, do you? It's weird. Let's do a show on that. All right, next thing. Zillow lags 7 days behind in getting their data uploaded to the website. So for the data geeks out there, a little bit of understanding the technology. Real estate agents, we take our data, we upload it to the MLS, and then the MLS pushes that data out to certain websites, and then Zillow's getting their data from certain websites, or the agent has to go and upload the data directly to Zillow now. Okay, so that's why it lags behind. We have to put it in MLS first and then go and do it manually, or Zillow is scraping the data from somewhere else. So if you're in a hot market where homes are selling like this, Zillow's not going to help you find the home even if they have the right home, because it's not even going to show up there fast enough. And then another thing here, 36% of the homes, again, this is from the WAV Consulting Report, 36% of the homes Zillow shows aren't even for sale. So has this ever happened to you? If you've been using Zillow, you find a home that you like, you fall in love with it, you call your real estate agent and they go, well, that home sold in December. The home sold 4 months ago. Because again, it's manual or it's scraping data. Zillow's not scraping the data correctly, or the agent isn't going back in and manually taking it down because they got other things going on now and they're moving on. So straight out of the CEO's mouth and then backed up with some data. If you're going to be serious about shopping for a home online, use the real estate agent that you're using, use their website or their brokerage's website. Find a local realtor's website or a local brokerage's website. If you just want to be entertained, and there's nothing wrong with entertainment or escapism or what Spencer says, voyeurism or real estate porn, if that's your thing, if that's what you're into, of course use Zillow. But when it comes down to it, and you're serious about shopping for a home and getting a home, don't use Zillow, not the best site to use. And just want to remind you that home is what you make it. Make it someplace you love.